LeBron 20. 3 different colorways, but 2 different materials and outsoles that I'm going to give you a performance review on and why I think this is the GOAT shoe. Here we are today with you with a special video. Very special. Too special.
Type of hooper I am. I work out of the triple threat very often, hard cuts, side to side movements. I rely on my tractions, step backs, fadeaways, hard drives.
I actually had 4 colorways. I had the All-Star Weekend colorways. Those were my original ones. But the outsole right on the rigger, right about here, was separating, so I had to return those. But that was a while back. And so these would basically be the OGs of the bunch. This would be the daily. The Nike Lifers. I had to get these just because of the outsole. I don't have the other shoe with me, but the outsoles were mismatched. I'm a big fan of that. I actually switched up the shoelaces on it. I went with a floral print. I'm not sure. I like to switch my things up. I'm not sure if it's the best look for it. Then we have the Liverpools. These were the second colorway I got, and I needed these because, I mean, come on. Do I need to tell you why I needed these? They're beautiful. They're all red, the gold touch, black touches on it. I mean, it's just all around great. And here's the third colorway I have, the message in the bottle. We have the baby blue accents all over the place, which is why I love this shoe. This shoe is still on ice. I had 2 pairs of this colorway. I sold 1 pair to my buddy that I hoop with every day that you'll see in the clips. At the beginning of the performance review, and here we are with the most important part of the shoe, in my opinion, is the traction. And what makes this video so special is that I have the translucent and the solid rubber outsole for you. Any hooper knows that that makes a big deal. So we're going to start off with this solid pair. Because it's the GOAT. Oh, I'm sorry. I disrespected the Way Wade 808 line. Sorry. This is the baby GOAT. These bite through dust very nice. Very effectively, very minimal wiping, even on dusty courts. Like, I could go many different plays without having to wipe. It's phenomenal, to be honest. I've only had 1 slip out with the solid rubber outsoles, and it was on a hard stop. I just came to a quick stop and kind of slipped out real fast. But nothing to complain about because it's the only time it's ever happened. Besides that, you know, the solid rubber outsoles, no issues whatsoever. Here we have the translucent outsole. It's very good, don't get me wrong, but it's not as good as the solid rubber outsole. It just seems to how it goes, translucent outsoles. It collects dust a lot faster, I feel like. Just it's a little bit stickier of a material. But yeah, you know, you're finding yourself wiping a little bit more with this translucent outsole versus the solid rubber. So that's why I got to mark that traction down to 9.5 out of 10, and that is also because of that slight slip up, and it's just not as screechy and on a dime as the 808 too. Material and containment. All right, well, the biggest gripe about the LeBron 20s was that heel slippage and also, you know, their stability on the heel because of the cushion. So to begin with, you know, I had no issues with the heel slippage. The way I tie my laces, how thick my ankles are too, these fit well. I had maybe no slippage at all. Maybe if I wasn't tying my laces good enough, that would be happening, but I just had to really focus on tying my laces a little bit more than maybe some other shoes if I had to gripe on it just a little bit. But other than that, no issues with the heel slipping out. And as far as the stability on the heel, I love the way the heel felt at all times, you know, at first and when it broken. The squishiness to it was amazing to me. So I'm kind of curious to see what that 21 feels like. You guys tell me, do you like the 20s or the 21s cushion a little bit more? Both materials, they both felt like a one-on-one fit on my foot. You know, the containment was great on it. The knit bulged a little bit more when my foot went over footbed a little bit more, but it wasn't that bad. And with these, I mean, it rarely rolled over the footbed ever, just because the way the material is. I have worn these maybe 2-3 times, so they're not fully broken in, so I can't really tell you how they feel after they've broken in. But once you put them on, like out of the box versus these feel a lot better out the box. On this knit right away, when I got it out of the box, this was wrapping around my foot super tight. Like, it was very tough on my foot. Like, I was like, ooh, these are really tight. I don't know. But the more I broke them in, the more I got them going. They loosened up and they felt one-on-one fit on my foot. The breakdown for the rating on this, you know, I'm going to have to give it a 9 out of 10 just because of the slippage out of the footbed slightly. You know, you can feel it tiny bit on the knit material. Next, we have the cushion, the bounce, and the comfort in the shoes. And this is where the staple is on the shoes for me. My point in time is the cushion. Both materials, same thing. This heel foam here, so cushy, so squishy. I love the way it feels. And it goes all the way down to that forefoot. And, you know, the forefoot's a little bit more solid, but you can feel it when the shoe's on. And with that zoom in the heel and the forefoot, it's bouncy for sure. Like, it feels nice once it's broken in. Right out the box, it does feel like a brick, though. I'm not going to lie. A lot of people, I've recommended the shoe, got it right away, and they don't like it at all. Once they're broken in, like, it's something about the shoe. They're so low to the ground, but the cushion is still so cushy and plush. Like, it's very minimal, but at the same time, it's nice and maximum. It took me a while to get there on these shoes to actually love them. Maybe 16 hours of break-in time, maybe a little bit more to get there. I was in the All-Stars. I'm not even there here with these. So for that, I'm going to have to give these a 9.5 out of 10. These are a perfect mixture of bounce and cushion for me. Sizing, I mentioned this earlier a little bit. True to size on these. Really had no issues with the sizing at all. Maybe besides these, I had to break them in a lot more than these, just because of the way the knit material is. My foot had to stretch it out a little bit. We're a size 13, true to size. I put Move insoles in my shoes. Hey, I'm not sponsored yet by Move, but let me tell you, I should be. And this colorway with this materials here, you know, really no break-in time needed to see the fit of them, you know, realistically with the material. It's just how it's gonna like shape with your foot, really. I mean, out the box, it was tight. It was a brick, and my arch was actually kind of tight. It might be tough on some people, but mine was eventually able to break in nice, so I didn't have to worry about that. But it did take a little bit. My foot was hurting really bad at first. Love the cushion on the heel here and the tongue. The tongue is low-key padded, but it's padded just enough. It's great feel for me. Like, it's not as plush, but it's got good bounce back to it. And with the sphere in the heel here, very plush, and it breaks in your foot amazing. I think once you get that broken into, a lot of people might be missing that issue with the heel slippage. Lebron 20 is not heavy at all. These feel light in hand. On foot, they feel amazing as well. I barely feel them on foot. Once they're broken in, it's even a better feeling, to be honest. As far as the Kobe's, obviously, like, these are going to be lighter for sure, but these are nice. It's hard difference, you know, when you put them in hand to tell which one is lighter, but obviously you know that one's lighter, but this one is great.
And so for the sizing, fit, and weight of these shoes, we're gonna have to give these a 9.5 out of 10.
Shoe is not clunky at all, especially with this all this cushion here in the heel. When I'm doing my down court strides, this thing is really pressing here, making my foot go. And the playability in these is super nice. This carbon fiber here on the bottom is giving me the snapback that I need. The way I move on the court, the carbon fiber comes in play really well. You can see the side-to-side support. Really nice. You know, you don't have to worry about the over-torsion, you know, like you do with some of the flexible shoes, which is super nice with this shoe. It's built like a tank. For the score on this, I'm going to have to give it a 9.5 out of 10 on playability on these. I'm not a huge advocate, too, of breaking in shoes. I feel like if you get a shoe out the box, it should feel good the rest of the time. Once they're broken in and on foot, there's nothing like them. I love them. They're like a mix of bounciness, cushion, wrapping your foot, one-on-one, low top, free moving. I mean, they got it all. Knit or the other material. I don't know what to call the other material, but other. You're not going to go wrong at all. 47 out of 50. It's not going to get much better than that. To get a 50 out of 50 is going to probably take a shoe I designed for my own foot.
With this ranking, we have the LeBron 20 at first place now with a 47, with the NXTs at a 43 right below it.
Thanks for tuning in to Bazooka Hoopz on another shoe review on the LeBron 20s. I'm going to get some other reviews out for you. Hopefully we'll compare these to the LeBron 21s so we could have a nice test for you guys to see which model stacks up. Thanks for coming. Please like, subscribe, share to your friends, and until next time.